So, dating.
Look, man, everybody already knows dating fucking sucks. I mean, if you're in a relationship, it's all nice and dandy. Like, you're going out, you're spending time together. It's a nice time. It's romantic. It's just good times for all. But when you're single, yikes. You pay a crap load of fucking money to go to the fucking Olive Garden. And why the fuck would you even want to go to Olive Garden? Look at their fucking sign. Those are clearly grapes. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So instead of opening the Pandora's box that is dating, let's talk about video games. And look, I already know what you're thinking. Carlos, what the hell are you doing? This isn't Byleth like a pro. What are you doing with your life? What is this fakey jakey bullshit right here? And look, first of all, don't talk to me like that. I'm a very sensitive man. And second, sometimes you just want to try something new and just go with it, you little bitch. And also, it's Valentine's Day. Love is in the air, I guess. I just want to talk about some dating in video games, you know? And notice that we titled this video Dating in Video Games instead of Dating Video Games, because we're taking a page out of Naked Jacob's book from his horror in video games video, which is an incredible video, by the way. But basically, there's just a lot of examples of good dating mechanics in games that aren't necessarily dating simulators, as it were. And being real, dating games, they're usually visual novels. And here's a hot take. Let me let you in on a little secret here. Visual novels aren't games. Oh shit! Did he just say that? Yes, I did. Sit the fuck down. Welcome to Carlos Play Sometimes. Like, say you wanted to adapt something like Romeo and Juliet or like One Piece or something or whatever the fuck, I don't know. You could go one direction and make this giant ass world. You could like explore the crevices of Italy. Sicily? Yeah, that's where that shit sets place. And maybe you can make it like a stealth game. Like, you could just be sneaking around like the Capulet as Romeo and just be like, yo, Juliet, sup, babe? And like, maybe you could have like a fucking boss battle and like, take that shit, Benvolio. Like, fuck you. Mercutio, more like Mercutio dead. Oh shit, you're fucking dead, bitch. Or you could go the other direction and just make anime versions of Romeo and Juliet and just put them in the screen and copy paste the text from the book into a text box and you have a visual novel. I mean, it's like the difference between a video game and a video book. I mean, just look at the dating simulator page on Steam. You've got Soccer Spirit, Soccer Shrine Girl, Soccer Santa, fucking Tricolor Love Story, If My Heart Had Wings, and oh shit, I almost stepped on Monster Prom. You get a pass though, because you're pretty fucking sick. You can date birds, dads, women, cat women, animals. Don't do the last one. But anyway, let's just get into the real meat and potatoes of this video. Let's talk about some good old-fashioned dating mechanics in video games. And let's take a look at some good examples, you know? Well, first of all, let me just shout out some visual novels because I already shat on them, so might as well give them some love. Monster Prom, it's a really great game. Instead of a normal visual novel, what Monster Prom does is it makes it a game. Okay, let me elaborate. So the objective of Monster Prom is to raise your stats high enough to ask your beloved to the prom. And it would be just a fine and dandy game if it was just that. But here's the thing. It's multiplayer. And since it's multiplayer, you can basically either each go for a girl or man that you want more than anything in the world, or you can just sabotage the fuck out of each other and try to be the one that actually goes to prom with the person that you want. And yo, I ain't gay, but my favorite boys to go for, it's good old Scott and good old Calculester. But moving on! Stardew Valley is a great game, alright? It's basically Harvest Moon, and you just have a chill nice time in the town of whatever. I don't remember the town name, gonna be real. Much like in Harvest Moon, I think, you can actually date some of the people in your town. And you've got people like Abigail and Leia. Those are the two that I went for. There's also Penny, Sebastian, who is basically just from Black Butler. I see you, Stardew Valley game developers. Y'all ain't slick. And to romance these characters, all you gotta do is you just gotta keep giving them gifts that they like. And eventually, their affection will go up. Look at that heart meter. It will go from here all the way to here. And once you're at that, like, 8th heart level, boom, you got yourself a fucking wife, bro. And what Stardew Valley does is pretty similar to what Persona does with their dating mechanics. And I just gotta say, Persona has some of the like best relationship mechanics in any video game I've ever played. If you take a look at any of the Persona games that matter, aka 3 to 5, you can find these things called social links. And I talked about the social link aspect of Persona 5 in my Persona 5 video, which you should also watch. So on your off days when you're not fighting some shadow people in some palace or dungeon or whatever Persona 3 has, you can choose to spend time with your buddies, your pals. And as you hang out with your buddies and pals and whatnot, you can basically up their affection. And once you have enough affection points with them, then you get a new social link with them, and it comes with cutscene that ties into a storyline that spans across all 10 social links. And once you get that social link to level 10, you get a brand new persona. Look at that fucking guy. He's like a biker man on a cloud. Like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. And if the social links that you're going through just happen to be a female social link, when you get farther along enough down into the social links, you can just straight up say, hey, I love you, bitch. I ain't ever gonna stop loving you, bitch. And it's just cute because from that point forward in the game, they're just your girlfriend. And it's fucking sick. And I mean, you can choose whoever you want. You just don't have my respect if you chose Makoto, you know? It's just one of those things. The Saints Row 4 does not have a good relationship mechanic. It's pretty garbage, but it's pretty funny. Literally all the romance mechanic is in Saints Row 4 is a little button prompt when you talk to someone, and it just says romance said character. And if you press that button, literally all it is that your character just walks up to them and it's like, hey, wanna bang? And they're usually just like, yeah, all right, let's go fucking bang. It doesn't matter if they're a chick or a dude. You can fuck whoever you want. You can even fuck the like space circle sphere thing. Don't ask me how that works. I don't want to fucking know. My favorite out of these is probably Kinsey, because when you walk up to her and you romance her, literally all her cutscene is, yo, Kinsey, wanna fuck? And then she just decks you in the fucking face and jumps you. And Saints Row 4, man. Saints Row 5, can we get that? Ubisoft, whoever made... CD Projekt made these? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Well, I didn't know CD Projekt made the fucking Saints Row game, so CD Projekt, Volition, make a new Saints Row game, please. Imagine if Cyberpunk 2077 was a Saints Row game, bro. And I know that I'm missing a few. I know that Mass Effect has a great relationship system. I just have never played a Mass Effect game, so I can't really speak on Mass Effect. But I have heard that they have a pretty good relationship system as well, so thought I'd mention it. But of all of these beautiful games that you could be playing on Valentine's Day, there is one that outranks each and every one of them. And I'm not kidding when I say that it's probably the best dating game I have ever played. So, HuniePop. HuniePop is the best dating simulator that I have ever played. And it is, in fact, one of my favorite games of all time. So, if you for some reason have been living under a rock and do not know what HuniePop is, well, let me educate ya. A few years ago, HuniePop was super popular to play on YouTube because it was basically Bejeweled, but sexy. This game managed to pull the impossible and mix dating game and Bejeweled together into one game, and it was incredible. And I'm not just memeing. Like, yes, it's a game where you're basically a ladies' man trying to get into all these ladies' pants. I know that, but it's still incredible. For one thing, the game mechanics are very solid. Like, almost as solid as I am when playing HuniePop. For one thing, the game mechanics are actually really solid. What you gotta do in this game is you're not just trying to, like, woo this lady. Like, you think it would just be easy? Did you think that this game would just be playing Bejeweled and then you would bang them? I mean, sit the hell down. You gotta get to know them first, you eager beaver. So the game is basically separated into two sections. One is the Bejeweled part and one is the dating part. In the dating part, you gotta like feed the ladies. You gotta give them drinks sometimes, and if you give them drinks, you can up how much honey you get from talking to them. And you just gotta learn basically everything there is to know about the ladies. Know their first name, their last name, their age, their height, their weight, their boob size, their hobbies, their birthday. There's just a lot to fucking remember, all right? This isn't shallow stuff, all right? You're like putting in some good old-fashioned effort into actually seducing these ladies. And once you get enough honey from talking to the ladies, what you can do is you can then take all of that honey and make it so you score more points when you play the Bejeweled part. And now after talking to them, you can ask them out on a date. And that's when the Bejeweled part comes into play. So during the Bejeweled part, each lady has their like own favorite trait and least favorite trait. So you're gonna want to match all the favorite traits first, so you can get all the good ass points, and maybe succeed in the date. There's passion tokens, there's joy tokens, there's sentiment tokens. There's just a whole lot of depth to this fucking game about banging ladies. And this is where it gets a little too hot for YouTube, I'm not trying to get demonetized or anything. But basically, once you go on that fourth date, you get to spend the night with the girl of your choice. And from there, the Bejeweled part is less of trying to earn enough points to pass the date. It becomes this rapid fire Bejeweled thing. Basically, the tokens just keep coming and they never really stop. You can't fail this part of the game, but the objective is to do enough combos in succession and fast enough to make the lady and yourself make a cum. And once that happens, you finish the date, and that's the game. You did it. That girl is finished, and then you move on to the next one. Yes, it's a game about being a womanizer, but it's really fun, dude. Like, I just really like this game. This isn't even a joke. Like, HuniePop 2, it's one of my most looked forward to games of this year. I legitimately cannot wait to play Double Date or whatever it's called. So what have we learned today? What can we take away from looking at all these dating mechanics from different video games and different kinds of games? Well, for one thing, a dating game doesn't always need to be a visual novel. It's like visual novels are those like crappy dollar store romance books that every like mother reads. They're just so many of them, and they're all, or I shouldn't say all, like most of them are incredibly mediocre. And there are so many more creative ways to implement dating mechanics into your games. So stop making visual novels unless you're Doki Doki Literature Club, in which case, keep at it. That one's a good one. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more of me, subscribe to my channel right here. Wait, annotations don't exist anymore. Right there. Then if you want to see even more of me and you want to see me talk about Sword Art Online nonstop, you can follow me on Twitter. And while you're there, check out my The Boys Watch Sword Art Online thread on Twitter. It is unironically the funniest thing we have ever made. And that's basically it. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know. I'm going to do more anyway because this is a lot of fun. And yeah, happy Valentine's Day. Go watch the Sonic movie. That's what I'm going to do. And yeah, see y'all later. Yo, bro.